Hi everyone, and welcome to the Turtlebat YouTube page. I'm Gary, and today I'm going to be doing another Marvel Legends unboxing. The set I'm going to be looking at is the brand new King in Black Knull and Venom 2-pack. So I'll roll the titles and then I'll go straight into having a look at this. So just before I get it unboxed here, I just want to take a look at the packaging first. So straight away, this is the brand new plastic-free packaging from Hasbro. So this is the same packaging as came with the Spider-Man Renew Your Voice 2-pack that I unboxed in the last video. So as you can see, where we would normally have windows here along the front showing the two figures, so presumably say one on each side here. This is just all cardboard. It's just one solid piece. It's showing toy photography here in the front. So we have Knull on this side here and then Venom on this side. And then if we just flip this over, we have the brand new Spidey 60th anniversary logo as well. At the bottom of the packaging here too, we have the King in Black logo from the comics, because that is the comic event this comes from. And then if we spin it round, we have some art from the comic here. So going up, we have Venom, we have Knull, and then if I spin it round to the back quickly here, again we have some more toy photography with some legalese down here at the bottom and over here. And then we have Knull here, just an action shot of him, action shot of Venom there as well with those giant wings, which, to be fair, lifting the package, it is quite heavy. I have a feeling that it is Venom and is those wings that's causing a lot of the weight here. And then we just spin it back round, and then just on the bottom here we have a nice image of Spider-Man here, and then just some more legalese then along the bottom and the barcode as well. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get this unboxed now. Okay, so let's just bring our Knull figure back in here and just set him down. And just bring back in the alternate head. We'll get a look now at that in a moment. And then with that as well, just bring something in here that I, off camera, had a bit of a concern about. So we'll just get out of the package. This is Knull's sword. So I do apologise to my fellow comic book fans. I can't remember the name of this, but I can tell you that this is the first symbiote created by Knull, and it's created to take the form of the blade, and it is, at the time of the comics, one of the most deadly weapons in the Marvel Comics universe. So you can see there the tendrils coming off around the blade, tendrils of the symbiote. The red here, very Carnage-esque, and matching in with the symbol there on Knull's chest here as well, his symbiote symbol. So we'll just put that down. I'll just drop that, and we'll just get the alternate head here as well. So this head is, I do apologize, we'll get it the right way up. So this is the very serious, more grim head, you could argue, more stoic than the other. And again, you just have that long hair just flowing in the wind there, so you can just get a really good look at that. And put that down, and we'll get that put on in a minute. So we'll just take a look at the Knull figure here now. So one thing I just want to show up here is the height of the figure, because honestly I was not expecting him to be as tall as he is. So we'll just get the ruler here and just do it by inches. So if we just put him down here, hopefully it'll show up in the camera here, he is roughly about 8.5 inches tall from toe to just roughly the top of the head here. So really I think about 8.4. But still quite a tall figure. That's a lot taller than I was expecting here. Yeah, so about 8.4. So I do have him at a bit of a slant there, but about 8.4 is the height. So again, I was not expecting him to be as tall as this, so that's quite cool. And you can see here, just take a look at him, he's quite a solid figure. Really, really nicely detailed. We have, again, the detail on the bottom of the clothing here. I believe you could say this is the tunic, where you can see it's a bit frayed. and it's just underneath the armour, the chest plate here, and the pauldrons on the shoulder. And then we also have on his arms here with the details for the wraps on his arms and on his hands, and we have that detail here on the sides as well. And then the boots are just kind of ordinary, I suppose you could say plate metal kind of shin guards and boots, although I believe it is all symbiote, so there's no actual metal that he wears in the comic as such. It's all just on him. So taking a look at the articulation here, first thing we're going to take a look at, as always, is the head. So the head is on a double ball joint here. So if we just pop it off very quickly here, you can just see there, so there's no hinge, it's just a double ball joint. It goes to the sides, so it kind of gives you a lot of the same motion as a hinge, but doesn't, whereas a hinge would kind of go right down here, or just turn around right down the back. The ball joint only has limited movement, but you'll still get plenty of motion out of it. So it allows you to swivel there, it allows you to tilt the head back and forward. Now obviously a lot of the motion is hampered by the hair here, so more so when you try to push it back, that's about as far as you can go. But range of motion there for leaning forward here, you get a nice bit of dynamic posing here with the hair just kind of flying out in the wind there. So if we just pull that back, and then moving on to the arms here, so the arms are on a hinge. There doesn't appear to be any butterfly joints on them, so you can tilt them in, or sorry, tilt them out rather, tilt them in. You can turn them full, well, not quite 360 because the pauldron stops it, but you know, there's a pretty decent range of motion here. So the pauldrons appear to be like attached into the arm as well. So these are made of kind of a soft rubbery plastic. I would say be careful with it when you're posing, just so you don't snap that off, because you would have to glue it back in there. Same on the other arm here as well. So in and out. Then we have double joints at the elbow here. Now, one thing of a caution is when you're doing the elbows for the first time, just be careful. I noticed what I believe is a bit of paint actually chipped off at the joints on each elbow. So it was the top joint here. The lower joints were okay, they moved very easily for me. The top joints were quite stiff, and I think it was because there was a bit of overlap of paint. So just be careful of that when posing them. I'll just quickly move that up. So there, as you see, is your double joint. We'll just do that again, so you can see there just a profile view. We'll just pose that back down, and then the same on the other side. So double joint. Actually, that one's not moving. This one's a little bit stiffer. So there you go. So double joint at the elbow there as well, and we'll just pose that back down. Okay. Next, we have on the chest here, we have an ab crunch. So again, because of the chest armor here, you can see it is a soft rubbery plastic as well. So leaning back, you can do an almost conga pose, or not conga, sorry, a limbo pose, I think. But you can't at the front because, again, it's just a profile view will swing you that way. Put his arms down. There is this little bit of plastic here, and that just hits. So that's about as far as he can go that way. I believe there's a ball joint at the waist as well, so the waist can swivel. And you can hear a little bit of a ratchet as you do it. Next up we have the legs. Now the legs are hindered by this plastic, the bottom of the tunic here. So the legs are typical articulations, so they go forwards, backwards, in, and, or sorry, did that again, out and in. There is also, just move my fingers down here a bit, so there is swivel here at the thigh. There is also double joints at the knees. So as Robo from the Fish would say, he can't quite kick himself in the bum, but he does have the double joints, so he can get his leg up. Then the best thing that you can do is with this side cut, just lift the arm to show you. So there is a side cut on each side of the tunic. So that is kind of the furthest range of your articulation, is actually those two side cuts. If you're just leaning forward, that's about as far as you can go leaning forward. You can still get some dynamic poses, but it's not much. And then at the back, again, that's about the limit of your range of motion there at the back. It's the same on the other leg as well. Then you have your hinge at your ankles. So we'll just show those off. So there's full hinge there at the ankles. There is no boot cut here, so there is only the swivel at the top. So you can see that there is no boot cut. So when you swivel, or sorry, when you move it, it is the thigh swivel, and the same down here. And then both ankles, you do have your swivel at the ankles. So it is a kind of a swivel there. I don't believe we have, yeah, so you sort of have a rocker hinge just by virtue of the hinge there on the articulation. So you have your swivel. I just have to be careful now that I don't break this. Just twist it back, because I have twisted them quite far around here. So we'll just switch that back. So there we go. And again, same there. So we'll just twist it up just so you can see, and twist it the other way, and there you go. And so that's about the height of the articulation for Knull. So all in all, pretty good articulation, but fairly standard, I would say, possibly even a little less than standard, just because obviously there is no boot swivel here, boot cut. And there is no, just thinking there, so yeah, I would say everything else is about standard. That's the only thing it's missing, is just that kind of boot cut there, but for me it's not a deal breaker. And here is the alternate head. So what we'll do now is I'll get some quick poses here. We'll just cut away, I'll do some quick posing with him, come back and give you some quick shots of that, some of the poses you can do, and then we'll go straight on to the Venom. Okay, so here's one quick pose I've just done. So this is a fairly simple pose, but the idea is this is, if you imagine my little table here is a New York rooftop, and this is Knull standing on top of the rooftop, rallying his symbiote army. So he's holding his sword aloft here, holding it triumphantly, and just looking down on the armies below him. Okay, that's one posing idea there. And we'll just switch them out and we'll show another one now. And here is the next pose. So this is another one that's fairly simple, but hopefully I feel quite dynamic. So this, I'll just move it back, get it in frame. So this is Knull holding the sword aloft, ready to strike. The next pose now, so I've swapped out to the head that came on there, and this is a very kind of action-oriented pose. Very, if anyone's familiar with rapier, very sort of rapier-inspired pose, where he's holding the blade in his grip in hand, and then he has his other hand out. So I'll just continue just to give him a quick turn around here. So I really love how dynamic this figure is and how easy he is to pose. He just looks great. I'll be honest, he's a figure I wasn't really bothered about. I ordered the set for the Venom, and I just kind of thought of the Knull as a bonus. But again, like the Spinneret and Renew Your Vows pack, now that I actually have him out and posing him and looking at him, I love him. He's such a cool figure. The articulation is great, the detailing is great. Just wonderful, solid figure, solid sculpt, and the details are great on it, and it's one I can't wait to photograph. Whoops. So I'm just using kind of lighting here just to highlight all the details, but once I actually photograph him with some mood lighting, like, I think he's just going to look great. I can't wait. So we'll just try and get him balanced here. So there we go. So we'll leave him that there, and I'm just going to, there we go, just going to grab him, quick reflexes. We're going to pop him out now, and we're going to do Venom. So that was my unboxing and review of the brand new Marvel Legends King in Black Knull and Venom 2-pack. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider liking it, commenting on it, sharing it. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel here so you can keep up to date with all the latest videos. If you're on social media as well, please don't hesitate to look for me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. I'm posting on Instagram and Facebook a few times a week. I post toy photography, behind the scenes photos from the shoots here, and I post some toy news as well. I'm posting on Twitter almost daily. Twitter is a lot of just interaction with fandoms I love. Again, back behind the scenes shots from the shoots here, toy photography that I put up as well, and just anything that I find interesting on Twitter. So have a look. Don't hesitate to check me out in any of those. Don't hesitate to comment and get in touch. Let me know what you like in the videos, if there's anything you'd like to see in the videos. It all really helps, and it means that I can grow the channel and keep doing this and bring more content that you all want to see. So to finish, again, just thanks so much for watching. It's massively, massively appreciated. And until next time, all the best, everyone. Bye.